Raiders. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Raider content. If you're a fan of the Las Vegas Raiders, you're in the right place. I'm here to talk about everything happening Raiders, and without a further ado, let's get into this episode. Today what we're going to be talking about is there's 4 players that are not showing up training camp that starts on July 24th. These 4 players are Tyree Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Young, and Mr. Holdout Josh Jacobs. These guys are not going to show up for different reasons. Let's get into the reasons why these guys are not going to be showing up. We're going to start with Tyree Wilson, the Raiders' first-round draft pick. Apparently, the word I'm getting is he has a foot injury. It doesn't sound like it's a major injury, and he will be participating in weight training and things of that nature in the facility, but he won't actually be there for the training camp. He won't be on the field running drills and going through plays. I'm sure he's already got a playbook and he'll be studying the plays, which on some scale could be the best thing he could do, is just study the plays. Next, we're going to talk about the quarterback that we signed this year, Jimmy Garoppolo. Apparently, he had a foot injury before we even signed him. So with this foot injury, he had to have surgery, and now he's supposed to be ready after the training camp. So he's not actually going to participate in training camp with the Las Vegas Raiders. This is crucial time that Jimmy Garoppolo needs to have with the other players on this team. You can't just wait 2 weeks before the season starts and think that everything's going to go well. The more time, the more connection, the less errors you're going to have throughout the season. Things are going to start off real rocky for the Raiders if Jimmy Garoppolo is the starting quarterback with only 2 weeks working with the wide receivers and the offensive line and the whole team. Honestly, I think we'll be lucky to see him in the first game. So now let's go to Brian Young. He's a defensive tackle that we picked up in this year's draft. It's unknown. I haven't got any word on what exactly is his injury. What's going to keep him out of training camp? But once again, another guy we drafted that's not going to be at training camp. It's not a good look to have players that you draft and then they are not able to show up for training camp. And another guy that's not going to be showing up to the training camp for the Las Vegas Raiders is Josh Jacobs. He has yet to sign the franchise tag, and the Raiders failed to make a long-term contract with the guy. I mean, he's the leading rusher. You can just watch the film, and obviously the Raiders want him on the team, but they want him at the right price. It's a shame what's going on with the running back situation, as they're the lowest paid position besides the kicker and punter in the whole NFL. And you expect them to hold the ball for you every other down? I have to side with Josh Jacobs. If you want him to be the hero, you got to pay him like the hero. Just pay the man. But on the other hand, you have to put in consideration he is the guy that gets to touch the ball the second most. In all reality, every time he touches the ball, he's going to get tackled. So he's the most likely guy on the team to get hurt. Hopefully we see Josh Jacobs in game 1, but we might not see him till game 4 or 5, depending on what they do with his contract. But I know one thing is for sure, we need Josh Jacobs and Jimmy Garoppolo and all these guys at the training camp, training for the season. What are we doing having all these players that are just sitting out? These are supposed to be some of the star players with the team, and they're just not at training camp. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like this kind of Raider content, go ahead and hit that like button and that subscribe button. It's a Raider Nation. Just win, baby.